What's going on, y'all? Today is Friday, June 23rd. Pops and I back in the shop.
No.
He's checking out Kelly's car here. Kelly brought his Impressive in earlier this week, and we had to do some fabricating on it. If y'all remember, before we had to redo the bumper brackets on it and move the bumper forward to work with the new nose and the new body he had put on. I'm trying to explain that. And y'all remember the full bar brackets and everything we had to do on this car. And then we also done the door bar. So I'll flip the camera around, show y'all what we done. And we didn't video any of the work because it was literally all in one evening. And we just thrashed on it and got everything fixed. And Kelly brought his scales over and we put the car on the scales. And we've done some spring changing on this car. And we're trying to get him that little bit of extra toward the end of the season here, or mid-season. And Kelly is third in National Crate Racing USA Modified Sportsman points right now. So we wanted to keep him going. So he's going to pick it up tonight. And he plans to race tomorrow night at our local track here at North Alabama Speedway. And I think it's going to be kind of a tune-up for the next weekend, which is their King of Mod race, I believe, is the next weekend. 3,000 to win, open wheel modified, Crate Racing USA, modified sportsman, if you will. So I'll flip it around, show y'all what we done, and show y'all what we're gonna do. Y'all hang out. All right, y'all, as y'all can see, he got him a new bumper. Shout out to Jerry King, King's Custom Cages. Y'all know Jerry, we've talked about Jerry, that's where we get all of our tubing from. And Jerry's made some really good bumpers and stuff for local guys, and he does the open wheel bumpers. So what we had to do, Kelly got hit in the front end and it ripped off the bumper and this mount on this side. So we had to redo all this mount right here. We just went ahead and re-welded all new tubing on there, put the new bumper on, got that bolted on. He can take it off, put his sheet metal on, and then put all the bumper back on. And the door bar was wadded up. If y'all remember when we built this door bar, we used that 3/8 thick wall tubing. And that kicker right there going down to the bottom is the new 5/8 stuff that we've been using. Same thing we used in the windshield bar of our chassis. It is 5/8 095 tubing. And we built that door bar for that reason. You can lean on that door bar, you can rub on that door bar, but when it got hit, it done exactly what we wanted it to do. It crinkled the door bar, these braces, instead of bending the tabs and the chassis. None of those tabs were bent where it bolts on. Let me zoom in right here. It's got thick tabs welded on, as y'all can see, and none of that was bent. So we straightened up what legs we could on the door bar. The front lower was bent, so we put the door bar back on the car, replaced that one, and got him fixed up. So Kelly's gonna come pick it up this evening, and also his header. You can see where I welded on the header. I don't want to throw companies under the bus because I hate doing that, but it seems like here lately we have done a lot of welding on Schoenfeld headers. And I know there's rough racetracks around here. I know these cars are getting beat up every weekend. And we've had rain, it rains on Saturday, and these guys try to work these tracks in to get the races in, and I applaud them for that. But these tracks, a lot of them have been cornfields, for lack of better words, is what they've been racing on. And if anybody's worked on a race car or even been around a race car, you know that a rough racetrack will take a toll on parts. So this is the 5th header I've welded on. That's the 5th one I fixed here recently, and they've all been off of different cars. So it seems like the tubing's a little thinner. I'm not sure. This set of headers that's on this car now that Kelly put on to make the race last weekend after he got hit and stuff, this tube, these are Schoenfelds and they're stepped headers, but they seem like they're thicker than what's laying over here on the floor. So that's just a different. You all right?
A little warm.
Yeah, she was up there drinking water just a minute ago out of her pan up there. And, but we're going to get our car back out. It may be this evening or it may be tomorrow. We're going to get it back over here in the middle of the shop, and we're going to get busy welding that thing up, because we now that the mock-up engine and everything is out of it, we can move our motor mounts where we need to move them. And we done some measuring and know exactly how much. It was about a 1/2 inch, like I said before, that we need to move those motor mounts forward. We were a little too far back, and we'll explain all that though when we get busy on that. Just wanted to give y'all an update, and we're just gonna hang out, wait for Kelly, and then we'll get our car moved back over to where we can get busy on it again. So y'all hang out. What's going on, y'all? Today's Saturday. Pops and I back in the shop, and Kelly come pick his car up yesterday evening. Got him on his way, and he's gonna go home. He went home last night and started working on getting it ready for tonight. So it's just a weekly race tonight, and that way he can get it back together and keep getting his weekly points. So Pops and I just got down to the shop. It's a little after lunch on Saturday, so it's pretty warm. We got the fan going, so sorry for the noise, but we gotta have that fan going. And obviously our shop isn't air conditioned, so we work with what we got. So y'all hang out. We're gonna get our car moved back over to the middle of the shop, and then I'll probably do a time lapse on that real quick, because we're gonna clean the floor, sweep the floor, and then once we get the car back over and we get it on jack stands, I'll go back to real time, and we're gonna work on the motor mounts and get these motor mounts moved and fixed, and that way we can get that knocked out, get it out of the way, and then we'll pick up and probably do some welding. I'll probably just go ahead and start welding some stuff out, and I may tackle some of the harder stuff first to actually get over in the car now that the seat's out of it, and just start welding some stuff up. So y'all hang out with us. All right, y'all. Well, we got her moved back over and put on jack stands and pretty much leveled up. And this time we went ahead and let our jack stands all the way down, because now that the car's built, we're not having to bend over a lot and do the stuff, on the bottom and stuff. So this way the car can be lower. It'd be easier to get the stuff to weld and then to work on other stuff. But for now, Pops and I are going to cut these motor mounts off real quick. And tell you what, let me take this phone and I'll show y'all exactly why we got to move them here. That way y'all just aren't in the dark about what we got going on. Hey, we can take this off too.
I thought I was just looking. I think,
as y'all see right here, the motor mounts are slotted. These are from Speedway, and they're slotted, and then you can see they're laying over the factory holes. Now, I know there's some factory stock guys and street stock guys in the comments that are going to say, well, you can do it this way or that way, and I appreciate everybody. There's a lot of guys that watch us that build street stock, so this is just the way we're doing it. We stuck a bolt in that hole and got it lined up top to bottom, but we slid it all the way back against this upper bolt right here, and it's too far back. The fuel pump won't clear the cross member. So we know the motor's not in stock location, so we need to move it forward. And we don't want to break any rules. I mean, we want to be legal. So we're going to put a bolt back in there, or not really. We don't have to. We know where it's got to be over all three of these holes. But we're going to slide it forward to where that hole is about center of that slot. And that's going to be about a 1/2 inch forward, and that'll be plenty of clearance for the fuel pump. We've done some measuring on another car, so that'll be plenty of clearance. And we'll just get them moved forward and get them tacked back on. Yeah, and then once we get them tacked back on, then we can stick our mock-up engine back over in it in a day or so, And because we've got a guy that's going to loan us a Saginaw, I've got to go pick it up. And we'll get a bell housing bolted on it, Saginaw bolted on it, and then we can work on our drive shaft loop and stuff underneath and finish all that stuff. And then we can see and make sure that a fuel pump will clear. So y'all hang out. We're gonna get these cut off and tack back on, and that way we can keep moving forward. See how easy this is. Y'all remember we made all this removable right here in case it ever got bent. We could redo it.
Let's see if it works.
We'll see if it works.
See if it works. You got a 9/16 socket?
Yep.
This side. Oh. Where's that wobble hammer? That one's out, really.
Let me move this one where to drop down a little bit.
Jump it up. Jump it up. There we go. Hey, we didn't make that one removable.
No, that one ain't removable there. That's all right. Jumped on me. That one's off.
Yeah. I didn't know we got open it. Two? I didn't know that. Yep, that's good. There you go. Put urine on there. Urine? ain't gotta do no cube now. No. I got 3 bolties there if you need them. See how that works. That motor mount gunner, the bolt pattern should be close to the same bolt pattern.
Yeah. Oh, you talking about the S10? Yeah. Should be.
On the motor. We'll see.
Well, y'all, we got them tacked back in there, and we moved them forward right at a 1/2 inch, and then I also moved them up a little bit because our oil pan was real close to, was actually touching a little bit on the cross member, and moving them up, you know, when you move up these mounts, they move out, but we had plenty of slot left on our engine mounts on the block, so we should be okay there. But for now, we could sit it back over in there and make sure it all goes back in there good. So y'all hang out. Alrighty, as y'all can see, we got her stuck back over in there, and pulled the engine hoist out of the way, pops through the jack under the oil pan, and we got her level front to back. And looking pretty good there, so everything still clears good back here with the distributor. We actually think moving it forward just a little bit to where it needs to be and moving it up a little bit, Pops is going to be able to get that bell housing in there, but he's got it down there with him now. I think he's going to try to stick her up in there and see what clears under this floor pan right here. I can get my hand. I've got. Oh, hang on. Oh, I gotta go. There you go. I'm on the dial pin. You gotta go. You gotta go down a little bit. It looks like. Hitting the body seam. Yep, it's hitting that seam. And that's what we thought we may run into, y'all. It's hitting that body seam right there, or a pinch weld, whatever you want to call it. And you want a hammer? Hit it up, maybe. It looks like you're on. Looks like you may be on there. Just got to raise this side up. Oh, it's on there. How'd you do? What'd you do? Hold your mouth right?
I stuck this side in first. And when I did, it went up in the hole.
He stuck it back up in there and put the driver's side on first, so it went right up in there.
About 1/2 inch and put it clear.
It actually has clearance in there, so it actually looks like maybe. So, what you need?
I need an impact with about a 6-inch extension. The grab one man has got that little swivel lever on it.
Yeah. Let me get back to the toolbox over here. We had everything moved so we get that mock-up motor out. Get it back over here to the toolbox. All right. Pops needs an extension. 6-inch. I don't see one laying here with that swivel end on it. But you want me to just grab a swivel? Oh. Got too much stuff in the way now. I'm trying to walk around with a camera. Let me get your socket swapped out here. This is one of the bad things about not having somebody to hold the camera for you. And those YouTube channels that have somebody that can walk around and video. There you go. What it?
Too long.
Bolt too long? You need a short one? Shorter one?
I need one shorter than that right there.
Alright, hang on.
Two of them.
2 of them? Well, that one got the shoulder on it? Yeah. Tell you what, let me give you some washers. I'm gonna put 2 flat washers and a lock washer. But it won't go up in there on that flat part?
Nope.
Alright.
Not at the top, but it went down here.
Alright, well I got 4 lock washers. It's just gotta work for now. We can get some bolts in there when we go to put a better bell housing in there. We'll get our grade 8 bolts when we go to put our blow-proof bell housing in there. We still got to get a steel bell housing to go in this thing. I know a lot of guys use the stock aluminum bell housings, but they will crack. So, and they take a beating, and we'd rather not ruin a good GM aluminum bell housing. So. We got another one, don't we? We'll get them bolts in there and see where we're at. You good now? You pulled her up there then. Pop's gonna throw his lock washers on there.
I'm gonna lay them out here where I can reach them.
Looks like we got pretty good clearance though.
Huh?
We got pretty good clearance on everything.
Yep.
Pulled her up there.
Yep.
Tape measure? I know what he's gonna do right here. He's gonna measure for that transmission. Here you go. In the header hole.
In the header hole.
23. Pretty sure it was 20. Saginaw was 23 because overall that's to the end of the shaft, and the shaft was only out like 3/4.
23?
Yeah, because overall with the bell housing it was like 30 1/4, 29 3/4, something like that.
Right now, it's 34 inches, 2 crossbar.
Our crossbar? For what?
34
34 inch.
Yep.
To our crossbar we have in there.
Yep.
So we may be a little too close. Well, we're not, what I'm saying for a drive shaft loop. Yeah.
We're 11 inches behind.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. You said 34 inch
To the front of our top.
to the back of the bell housing.
Yeah.
Okay, I was thinking overall. I'm sorry. My mind was a totally different place. So we're 34 inch from the back of the bell housing
To the front of our crossbar.
to the front of our crossbar. So that's 11 inches.
Yep.
So by the time you put a slip yoke and the U-joint,
3 inches. And then the U-joint
and they say a drive shaft loop needs to be 5 to 8 inches behind
behind
the center of the U-joint.
the U-joint.
Yep. So we'll be good.
Yep.
Awesome. Awesome. I love it when a plan comes together. That's what we'll work on next, y'all. We'll work on getting that Saginaw bolt to that bell housing. And that way we know exactly where the tail shaft is going to be under the car with the engine level. And then that way we can put our drive shaft loop in. And y'all remember that crossbar that we put in there when we started the car, one of the very first videos on this chassis. And we're going to just weld our drive shaft loop directly to that bar. So
You said your shifter tunnel,
do what?
your shifter tunnel
Yeah,
is going to be where?
right behind that brace.
Right behind this crossbar?
Nah, not our crossbar. The factory bracing in the floor pan. Where it's doubled up. You may not can see it down there.
So the crossbar is cut into the floor.
Yeah. We'll have to look at all that. What Pops is talking about, I don't know if y'all can hear him. Y'all remember us talking about having to cut that out right there and put in some metal for a shifter mount. And I think we're gonna have enough room.
The rod is going to be like 30 inches,
Yeah.
28 to 30 inches long. May not be that long. I think it's close to that.
Right. But y'all hang out. We'll see what we get into next. All right, y'all. Well, Pops and I got under there and measured and everything, and we should be good on our drive shaft loop once we get it all in there. We'll also got to figure out our shifter. Like I said, we'll have to cut that out, make a little shifter box in there, and we should have enough room for our shifter rods, but we want to get that Saginaw in there so we can really eyeball that stuff and look at it and see what we got to do. But we should be okay. And for now, there's really not a whole lot else we can do until I go get that transmission. So I'm gonna fire up my welder and I'm gonna go to town. I'm just gonna start welding this stuff out, and y'all see me skip around a bunch, and that way I don't put too much heat, in one place. So I'm gonna throw it up on time lapse. Y'all enjoy this time lapse. I'll be back when I get a lot of it welded up. Y'all hang out. All right, y'all. We got a pretty good bit of it welded up. Like I said before, I welded a lot kind of as we went, just so stuff wouldn't move, and we knew it would stay where it was at. So I was just trying to knock out a lot of the stuff, a lot of the bars that didn't have a lot of weld on them. That's what I was mainly hitting. And as far as walking around the chassis, most of your bars are pretty much covered with weld. So now I'm going to have to get over in it and weld stuff out and just kind of work around the chassis inside. So So, but I may not video that. I may just come down here in the morning when it's a little bit cooler outside and just put my head down and start welding stuff and get it knocked out so we can concentrate on getting that transmission, getting our drive shaft loop figured out. Once all that's done, once our radiator mount is finished, then we can start welding this thing out completely, get this thing rolled up, weld everything underneath completely, and it'll be ready to go to powder coat and get sandblasted and powder coated. So we're trying to get it knocked out so we can get it down there and get it powder coated, because once it's powder coated, we can start throwing parts on it, and it'll just be a step closer to being race ready. So Pops and I are ready to get racing. We've been kind of sitting on the sidelines for a while now, so we're ready to get there, ain't we? We've been helping everybody, and we have no problem helping everybody. You know, I'm not saying that. We don't have a problem at all helping people. We'll push this thing to the side in a heartbeat if somebody needs some help on a car. So
Get them back to go.
yep,
Get them going.
those people are racing now, and they're closer to racing than we are, so we have no problem helping them at all. So, but we've been working hard on this thing, and we're ready to get it together and ready to make some laps in something. So, but I think we're gonna call it a day for now. It's about 2 o'clock. About 2 o'clock. I'm on call this weekend, so I got to go back to work around 5 o'clock to hot 30. So I've got to run back to work about 5 o'clock and check on some stuff, and since I'm on call, but that ain't no big deal. Have to do what you got to do to put food on the table. So I think Pops and I are gonna call it a day, and we'll get to welding up some more stuff. I'm not a professional welder by any means, but I like to weld, so I don't mind welding. I'll show y'all every bad weld, good weld, whatever.
Maybe the car won't go off tomorrow.
Yeah. But there she is. We're gonna get her welded up. We're gonna get it knocked out, finished up, and get her on our way to powder coat. Man, we're excited. So we appreciate y'all watching. Y'all like, comment, subscribe. If y'all will, please share it with your friends. And if they're not into dirt racing, take them to a racetrack. Take them to a local racetrack. Let them see a race. And maybe they'll get hooked. So can't thank y'all enough. Can't thank all of our sponsors. And Gatlin Machine, Ben Keith Racing, Statement Racecars. We can't thank those guys enough. Mulder Fab, Ryan Mulder, buddy, I appreciate you. Mulder Fabrication, y'all check him out. Our bumpers come from Mulder Fab, and very nice pieces. If y'all need a bumper, y'all get with Ryan. Keegan Nordquist Fab, Nordquist Racecars, NF1 Racecars. Y'all check him out. And there's a lot of people I could stand here and thank all day. And I mean, I'd be here all day. The Langleys, Patrick, Heather Langley, appreciate y'all. And my mom, especially Dad. And I can't thank everybody enough, man. Y'all are really making a dream come true, and y'all ain't doing anything but watching our videos, and y'all don't understand how much that means to us. And we appreciate y'all, man. We can't thank y'all enough. But we're gonna get busy. We're gonna get some stuff done. This video, I hope y'all are seeing this video Sunday, and tomorrow for us, Sunday. If not, it'll be Monday for sure. But can't thank y'all enough. Y'all like, comment, subscribe, and until next time.
Appreciate it, guys, gals. Enjoy the races tonight. Be safe. Remember, tomorrow's Sunday. God bless you.
See y'all.